welcome everyone to the official Week 5 predictions with myself and Brom.
Hello, hello.
There
Thank
he
you
is,
for
my
having me.
man. So here we go, prediction time. So let's start the championship.
Tasty week.
Get straight into it. For the first, we got Bald versus Booch, but I don't think Booch is turning up. So that fight
Yeah,
might be invalid.
unfortunately, I think he took the hump a bit after his cup loss, didn't he? Because of the style of fighting that Daniel Lito turned up for, which is strange that Dan actually turned up at all. So
Yeah,
you know,
it's a shame to see
but
Booch
hopefully,
not turn up though.
yeah, exactly. He's a vet. He's a nice guy as well, and he's been entertaining to watch. He's actually been one of the guys I've looked forward to his fights. Because win or lose, he absolutely goes for it, doesn't he?
Yeah. If you're listening to this, you should be getting onto these fights for Miss your Booch. Get involved, son.
Yeah,
Anyway.
mate, just think. You know it's not going to be a spammy fight versus Bold, so away, lad.
Anyway,
Get it in.
we move swiftly on to Perez versus myself. I mean,
This is a must-win for both guys. This one.
yeah,
You're looking to sort of get top 4. He's looking to sort of get his first win, really, isn't he?
Yeah, first win, yeah. That's
So
a big fight.
Oh, definitely. I do think that you are a level above him, and that's no criticism because he's new to the league. He's just getting used to the tempo, the sort of the caliber of fighters. But you can't underestimate him because this is I'm a person who give you the best advice. Do not underestimate bottom of the league. It can be a potential banana skin. I know you feel like you might need the knockout points, but just first and foremost get the win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's most important.
Yeah. I can only, as much as I'd love for him to get a win, I can only see one winner, mate, and that's you. I just think you're too technically good. Your calf setup's better than his. You got a better punch style, and I just feel that you'll beat him on points. I don't think you'll knock him out, but I think you might get a couple of knockdowns.
Alright, yeah, I'll take that. I mean, on paper, I think, I should be the favourite, to be honest. Perez not the only one in the whole league without a win. It's not looking too good for Perez at the moment. I mean, if he doesn't win this fight, where's his first win coming? I mean,
well, that's it. I mean, what you do have to say though is that he has actually started to look better in every fight. I know he's not got as good as results as he did against Feet, but he's started to look better. He's getting used to it now. I think he's going to shine more, maybe potentially next year if he signs back up, which I think he should sign back up.
yeah, 100%.
But I can only see you winning. Get yourself. I think that might secure your top 4, maybe with a win here.
Possibly. You got to see what like Dark's doing and all that. But
oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's just got to keep winning. Got to focus on myself, keep winning. And see
Yeah,
what happens.
that's the biggest way to mess it up is to focus on what the other results are. Just focus on you. Get the win. If the knockout comes, the knockout comes. What I will say, which sounds like I'm almost going to totally contradict what I've just said there, is that in reality you should be looking for a knockout here.
Yeah.
If you've got the chance to knock someone out, it's maybe Perez.
Coming off a knockout against Bald McGregor, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Keep the momentum up.
There we go.
So, next one we have Fierce versus Darkside, which, wow, that's going to be tasty. You asked me the start of this league, the start of the season, I would go Dark all day, but Fierce is just looking unreal.
He actually is.
He just keeps winning and winning impressively. You know, I don't want to say he's been dominant, but he's pretty much been dominant in his wins.
Well, yeah, he's one of the other 3 people who are unbeaten in this league. So he's top tier this season, which is quite surprising compared to his other results.
I mean, it does well for people who are struggling, like your Perez, to think that Fierce last year couldn't buy a win. and then now he's going undefeated. However, that being said, I do think Dark will win this one. I think that Perez. Fierce likes to box on the back foot. He's shown he can do it very well. I do think Dark has the ability and the skill to take that away from him. And I just feel that Dark won't knock him out because Fierce, he's hard to knock out because he doesn't really take any risks and come forward. But I just feel like Dark's going to be winning the rounds, and Fierce is not going to do enough to win them back. He's going to be too focused on not staying away and running, but he just doesn't have it in him to have a forward game. And my game plan versus him would just be win the round early, make him come to me. And Dark's smart. He's got one of the best IQs in the game. He understands how the scoring mechanics work and where he should get, where the fights would have lost. So I just see Dark. It'll be close. I'm talking like Fierce might win a couple of early rounds, but once Dark's catches on, I just think he's just going to take over it, and I think it'll be a points win for Dark. So how do you see it going?
I think Dark is the favourite to pick, but there's something about Fierce. I don't know. I just because he's on this run, 4-game winning streak now.
He won't be denied.
I don't know. I reckon the improvements he's made, and obviously Dark just coming off a loss. Fierce is looking proper good. I reckon Fierce decision. To be fair.
I can definitely see it. I just feel that he's coming off a loss. He knows he needs to win. He's just gonna knuckle down, and if there is a time to beat Dark, it's now. Coming off a loss, and Fierce obviously he's high on his unbeaten score. So
it's a big fight for the top 4 and promotion as well.
I feel like both these guys, if they want to finish, I won't say top 4, but I will say top 3, or even at a push, they want to go for title contention, more so Fierce than Dark, it is a must win. Because I think Fierce still has to face, he still has to face Rax and Feet, I think. Whereas Dark has faced Feet already. I know he lost, but I don't know if he's faced Rax yet. I can't remember if he has.
I don't think so, no.
So he's already taken on one of the big guys, as Fierce hasn't. So this is like his last. I don't want to say opportunity to win points because you couldn't beat those guys, but this is his best opportunity, his last best opportunity to win points. Yeah, 100%. So we're respectfully agreeing to disagree on that one, on the predictions. This is the fight in the championship this week, I think. Feet versus Rax. So what do you think about that one? Bit of a tasty fight.
I mean, that's a title contention fight right there.
That is like, Big Mac, extra supersized meal right in front of you there when you're hungover on a Sunday morning. That is what you like to see.
The Rock versus John Cena, that right there.
Well, that's it, yeah. It's your El Clasico. It's your, you know what I mean. England versus Scotland. It's, Ali versus Fraser. So, right, let's break this. Exactly. Let's break this one down, Ned. So come on, this is for first and second place, really, isn't it?
I mean, Rax obviously unbeaten again, same as Fierce and BenJamie's the other one. But Rax, he's looking good. I can't lie. Something's happened to him. Someone's logged into his account. He's just changed man.
He's just been training with some absolute top level elite, sparring. I don't know who, but he's just been training with him, obviously. Wink, wink. No, he's learned the exploits, which, hey, in this league, it doesn't really matter. Most people use them. It's all sort of fair in love and war. And he's taken advantage of it. And he's doing really well. If now, this is a difficult one for me, because 9 times out of 10 I would say Feet, but because Feet is so determined to not spam back and just which is respectable. You know, he just wants fun. He doesn't enjoy the spamming that much. That Rax could nick it. Rax could beat him.
I can see it.
If you said Feet is best versus Rax, Feet walks it. But Feet has been proving me out to be an idiot this year. And every time he said he's taking it seriously, he just hasn't.
Yeah.
So I really want to go with Feet.
Yeah, I mean, Feet.
I'll go with Feet. I'll go with Feet, but I do think it's going to be really close. And Rax winning would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. But I'll stick with this, the safe option and say Feet nicks this in a really close fight. So how do you see it going?
Well, if Rax wins this, you reckon that's the title unlock, or?
Yeah, I think if Rax wins it, that's the title for him. I can't see Fierce beating him, and I don't know who else he has left. Is it Dark? No, it's not Dark. Yeah, it's Dark. It's Dark, isn't it? So
I believe so. Yeah.
I just think that if he gets the win here, he's won the league basically. I can't see him dropping too many more points.
Well, it's definitely promotion at least.
Oh, I think he's already secured promotion. To be honest with you.
What an improvement!
Oh yeah, brilliant!
It's always mid-table.
I'm sounds daft, but I'm proud of him. You know, he's done brilliantly. So, how do you see it going now? Come on, Mikey. So get off that fence. You're not Humpty Dumpty. Right? get off the wall.
I reckon.
How do you see it going?
I reckon Rax does him. I just think.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I think Feet is, of course, Feet's a top player, but he's too inconsistent for me. I think Rax has been showing his levels this season, including getting to the semi-finals of the PBL Cup, which we'll discuss later. But Rax, he's not lost a fight this whole season. He's got pure power and punches. I've obviously felt them twice this season. I just think he's too strong. I think he's going to do it.
Fair enough. Like I said, definitely see Rax winning it, but I really think this is no disrespect to Rax. You know, I think it's brilliant how well he's been doing. I think this is more of a case of which Feet turns up. If Feet turns up wanting to win, he'll win. Yeah. But if he turns up just thinking, well, I'm just coming in, and not saying he's not going to try to win, but he's not going all out. He's not thinking, right, I'm not going to throw the wings. I'm not going to throw the sidestep uppercuts. You know, whereas Rax is going to go in there thinking, I want to win. I will do anything to win, which is fair enough. Yeah.
And if, to be fair, Feet wants to challenge Rax for the title, this is the fight to win.
100%. This is a must. If he wants to win, must win. I think that's definitely one of the fights of this week. Not just, I think it's the fight of the championship, and probably it could be contender for fight of the week.
Yeah, looking forward to that one.
Next up, we have Cocky Sonny in the Premier League. We sort of switch stances here. Cocky Sonny versus SuaveJamie.
I mean, Cocky Sonny, he hasn't made his proper debut yet. But honestly, I can only see this going one way. I think SuaveJamie is just going to batter him.
Yeah, I think very fortunate Cass isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
You know, wish him best of luck with what's going on with him. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this Cocky Sonny guy. I've heard his level, and SuaveJamie, he's a good compare, very good compare. He's great stamina management, very good combos. He does, you know, we're not saying he uses the exploits, but not too much. But he does do the same. He's very. You can tell he plays with Benjamin. That's what I'll say. He uses very similar combos over and over again, which are block breakers, and I just can't see anything else. I think that Jamie's going to get a knockout.
Yeah, that would be huge for him as well if he wants to get.
I think it'll be
Champions
late.
League.
Yeah, I think it'll be late because Ben is a very slow starter. Jamie's a very slow starter, but I do think that he's gonna. Yeah, same person. Yeah, he's gonna knock him out. That's the only way I can see it.
Yeah, I think 100% SuaveJamie win. knockout. Yeah, I'd lean towards knockout. To be fair.
Yeah. Sorry, Sonny. You know, we're rooting for you as the underdog, but I can only see it going one way.
Yeah, that'd
And
be a huge win.
Suave Jamie doing it in his suave swag style, doing it with his
That
you know,
that would potentially qualify him for the Champions League if he gets that like 5 point
yeah,
knockout. That's a big deal.
exactly. I mean, I can't see him winning the Premier League
No.
with where he's at the moment and the fights he has coming up. He's obviously in the semi-final of the cup, and he seems to be a cup fighter. So
Yeah.
going into, you know, potentially getting Champions League, he's very close to winning the cup now. Is it the PBL Cup? This
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PBL Cup, and obviously then the Champions League Cup. You know, he could put himself right up there. So you know, Jamie loves a good cup run. He's like the Thanos of cup runs, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, which isn't looking good. It isn't looking good for me later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so cocky Sonny. Hopefully he pulls it out. But we think we both agree to have Jamie
100%.
dominant fashion. So next one we have Danielito versus K5. So is that going to be the Danielito that turns up, or is it going to be a nice,
I was just going to say,
3 points for K5?
is he turning up?
Is he turning up? K5, I mean, coming off a massive win.
He is.
However, Danielito doesn't care about knockouts. I think he knows he can't win the league. He's just going to come in and win.
Yeah.
I think he will turn up because he feels it'll be an easy fight. However, I don't think it'll be an easy fight for him. But I think Danielito beats him. You know, he did very well last week. Very specific game plan, strategy, worked perfect. Props to him. But I just think that Danielito, he's not looking for points. He's just gonna, if he's up and around, he's just gonna sit and chill. He's just gonna walk. You know, he's just gonna beat him up a bit. Will he knock him out? No, I don't think so. Because K5,
he's quite durable, isn't he?
He's made his calf for like 20 chin, 100 toughness. You know what I mean? I think he might survive. But if he goes back to his old calf, I think he's going to lose.
Yeah, it's quite surprising that this is a relegation kind of fight now, isn't it? You never expected it, Dan.
100%. Definitely not. I mean, obviously, Dan's dropped a lot of points not turning up.
Yeah.
But, you know, is it 3 fights now he hasn't turned up for? Like in the league?
It must be 3 or 2, definitely.
2 or 3. If Jamie didn't turn up for, and also Ben, so there's 2.
There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Dan.
Yeah, that is if he turns up. Yeah.
But you know, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, imagine the turn of form. K5's looking to, you know, he wants to avoid relegation. So
yeah, I think K5 he knows the league format. I think a little bit more than Dan. Like Dan, I don't think he even knows what the league table looks like. So I think K5, he knows he's in the relegation zone, and not even by a point. It's just head to head by Caffrey. So like even a 3-point win here would do him well, get him out of that relegation zone.
Oh, you've gone a bit Dalek-y here, mate. Just like this little point. It's, yeah, you know, it's only doing it for like 3 seconds at a time, but it's fine.
Yeah,
right, I tell you what,
Dan shows up, he'll win.
Yeah. Nah, definitely.
Go on.
For sure. So we'll skip one, and we'll go AJ Up the Belts versus Cafferty Granger. Now this was, I think, fight of the season last season. Between these two, I think it was not promotion, it was for the title, wasn't it? And can you remember they had that round? They had that round where I think AJ was a fair few up, and then Mikey got 2 knockdowns, and AJ got knocked down, and Mikey got 2 knockdowns. And next round, Mikey got another knockdown, then AJ got knocked down. I think he won by a point, and it was like massive drama. Both of them have improved since then. I like Mikey very much. Now, I thought after last week, seeing Mikey versus Ben, that Mikey could win this. However, I just think that AJ's just he knows the exploits too well, and credit to Mikey because he stays sim and he's got some great combos.
Yeah.
He's a bit repetitive with them, but they're great combos.
They are.
I just don't see him doing enough to beat AJ. I think it's going to be really close, but I just do you know what? This is how I see it. Either, and this one will shock you, either AJ scrapes a points win, right? Or Mikey knocks him out. Because Mikey's style is to fight later on, he's better in the later the fight goes. If AJ punches himself out, which he has been, his stamina's not looked great the last few fights. I just think that Mikey might get a few knockdowns on him, because Mikey hits very hard.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
But so that's one where, honestly, it's like 51-49 in my head to AJ got the belts. Yeah. And I really wouldn't be surprised if Mikey won. How do you feel about this one?
I can definitely see Caffrey getting a few knockdowns, but I think you're right. Yeah. AJ will overcome that and get a decision win or something.
We're pretty agreeable tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
So right, let's go. Oh, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, like, some of the matchups are quite favourable. I think they're good. Yeah. But on paper, you're going to win.
There's like a favourite in most of them, isn't there? There's no like. However, this one, I know I'm involved, but I think this is the big one. This is the one. I was really hoping it was going to be the last fight of the season, but it isn't. It's here. SuaveJamie versus me.
Yeah. I mean, point between.
I'll let you. 1 point. I do think this is gonna. I wouldn't say it's gonna outright determine who wins the league.
No.
Because there's still a couple of fights left, and I don't want to say lesser opponents because they're not, but it's fighters where you could get knockouts on them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a great fight, but it puts the winner in the driving seat. I think it's more of a must win for me after dropping. I'm only 1 point behind, but after dropping points.
Yeah.
So go on then. Be brutally honest. Yeah. How do you see it going?
This is a tough fight to predict. I mean, both top men at their game here, going at each other. First and second, 1 point between. SuaveJamie obviously unbeaten as well, so he's on form. Christ, this is a tough one. I reckon Brom you'll win, but it'll be like you were saying, it's gonna be a boring fight, and then maybe like the last 2 rounds it'll be knockdown frenzy, and it'll go to a decision, and then you'll probably edge it, I reckon.
Fair enough. Well,
I mean, are you like quite nervous or going into the fight?
Not really. We've fought a lot. Ben tends to actually beat me more than I beat him. I will say, however, I've really improved my calf now after last week. I'm going to go in big 6'2", 81-inch reach, and I'm going to walk him down and try and get some points on him.
Okay.
Walk him down, get some points on him. I was going to fight boring. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to knock him out.
Yeah.
I know he likes to use a smaller fighter against me. Bring it on, mate. I'll just box on the outside.
There you go.
But I'll probably walk him down. Yeah. I'm going to go for second round. No, I'm not. Joking aside, good fight. Definitely see his strengths. I do see a couple of weaknesses now that I'd never really noticed before after watching a couple of his fights. The first fight I've ever really come in with a game plan in the PBL. Normally I just go in and wing it, no pun intended. But this one I've really got a bit of a strategy.
It's weird because it feels
and
like Ben has more flaws to his game than you do, just from watching. But
you know what it is, and this is not to sound disrespectful. It's levels. It's like when Ben fights me, you'll notice he fights completely different, nowhere near the risks. So it's, you know,
yeah,
whereas he'll go a bit more all out. I know he's not going to gas. I know he's not going to this. He's expecting me to gas. I won't.
there we go.
I will put it on him.
I mean,
overwhelm him.
It's the one. It's the one everyone's watching. Main event,
100%. I can't wait. Like I can't wait. Like we were going to do it tonight, but I knew that I had this, so I was like, oh, well, so it's going to be done tomorrow, and it's going to be a good one.
I can't wait either. Like you said, the champ.
Well, carry on. Yeah.
Well, the Premier League won't be decided from that game, which makes it. I mean, of course, it's always a must-win game, but you've still got a couple more fights afterwards, so it's not end of the world if you lose.
Do you know it's one of them ones, right, where I feel I have more. And don't get me wrong, Ben could, if he really goes for it. I feel like I can knock more people out than he can.
Yeah,
but he finds it easier to cruise to a decision, right? So I feel like if he wins, I have a better chance of getting the points back. Whereas if I win, he's going to struggle more, and that's where Jamie's going to not let him knock him out in the first round. And I'm calling it now. If he fights Jamie, last fight of the season,
he's taking a dive.
Calling it now. If he takes a dive, it's corruption. He's already got his 3-2 wins that I thought Dan would beat him. He's got to be fortunate there, but no, it's going to be a good one. So that wraps up the predictions. So do you think the tables are going to shift a lot this week? I don't think they're going to shift too much.
Yeah, not too much. Just the odd here.
It's not going to be like last week where there's some major shifts up and down the table.
Yeah, I think you'll be first by the end of the week.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm aiming for it. Yeah. So, but no, I was hoping Rax or someone might be here by now. I don't know if we want to quickly see if he's anywhere about.
Alright, so after them league predictions, we move on to the PBL Cup Semi Finals. But for the Rax versus Dan fight, Dan failed to show up, so that means Rax goes through. So yeah, you hate to see it.
He's a melting he. What a whopper! What a whopper!
Yeah, I mean.
Been a shame. I was going to enjoy that one. I think it was going to be a really good barometer to see how far Rax has come.
Yeah, I think you would have preferred the potential fight of, if he got through Suave, you would have preferred to fight Rax, right?
I don't know. Dan's been a bit off, hasn't he? I mean, I know I beat Dan early in the season, but I really had to turn it on at the end there.
Yeah,
he was doing really well, and I don't think he's been the same since. Obviously, you can tell he's not turned up, but I feel like he would have been up for the final, up for me.
To be fair, if
12 rounds,
Dan got through to the final. Imagine if he didn't show then.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be what a letdown. But final. I think we've obviously said before, is a 15-round fight. Rax has brilliant stamina, better than me. So I think it's quite a dangerous fight. I think if it's Rax, by the way, this is I get through, obviously. Because I'm not going to try and pass Jamie, but if I was to get through, I think Rax I'd have to take out early. Dan, I feel like I could gas. So it's a bit of a like a Rocky 3 situation where set high tempo, go for it early, try and get them out of there. But no,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it is what it is. We have to
You
just
don't like
push
to
on.
see it.
Nah, you don't. But...
And of course, Dan got to the final of the PBL Cup in the second season, and he of course won it. So
yeah, was
he's
it Ben
missed out.
Jamie? I'm sure it was Ben. Yeah,
Yeah, it
oh,
was Ben.
sure. He's he's done a DJ Khaled, hasn't he? And he's played himself.
Yeah.
So I think he, Rax had been messaging him all week, and I think he turned up just randomly late at one time, and it's like, well, and it's just a bit of a lesson learned for everyone else in the league. Organise your fights early. Try and set a time or a date, or at very least a day that you're both available. Start of the week, and then you can work off there. It's no good just turning up and just be like, right, I'm ready.
Yeah. There's no point leaving it to the last minute.
Yeah, people have plans, so is what it is. So me versus Jamie. How do you feel it going? How do you? Jamie, obviously, quick preface. Jamie's a cup fighter.
Yeah.
He obviously won it last year.
He did.
And he, dominant fashion over Benjamin. And he just swept everyone aside, really, didn't he? He did really well. He seems something in the cup this year. Same thing. He's just been sweeping people aside. He's unreal. He's been absolutely unreal. So I'm definitely not taking it lightly.
Yeah, of course not. If Suave wins this, he gets the most wins in the PBL Cup with 7. So there you have it. He's a proper cup merchant.
Do you know what he's like? He's like what Portsmouth were about 10 years ago, where they would just always somehow reach the semi-finals or the finals of the FA Cup, but do shit in the league.
Yeah,
that's what he reminds me of. But yeah, really good combos, great stamina retention.
Yeah, stamina's good.
Very, very hard to knock out. Very defensively responsible. I just feel that his best asset sometimes is his greatest downfall is he doesn't go for it enough.
Yeah.
Or when he does go for it, he's not offensively responsible. He sort of has the same patterns.
We saw that in one of his last fights, didn't we? Where he just sort of wasn't going for it. I forgot who it was against.
That's it. And hey, props to him, because I know he's been playing Fight Night for a while now. He's been sparring Benjamin a long time, so obviously he sort of fast tracked his learning curve. But hey, what an accomplishment to be here and doing the things he's doing, considering he's a fairly new player. And hey, UFC, he absolutely destroys all of us.
Yeah.
It's that.
He surprised me though.
Third game. He surprised me. Surprised me. Obviously, I think last year I had him in the cup, the Charity Shield, didn't I? I'd sort of just managed to sort of beat him. Really, I think there's only a couple of points in it, really, and I underestimated him a bit, truth be told, and he really nearly pulled it off against me. So this tonight, I'm showcasing a new style. I'm going to fight very different to what people have seen. I'm going to go in there. It's not all about the win in terms of just going to spam, because I'm not really going to spam too much. I'm just going to be a lot more defensive and sort of fight. I'm not going to go all out like I normally do.
Of course,
I'm going to show my boxing side that people haven't really seen yet.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, this is the cup you haven't won yet, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the only thing I've never won.
So I mean,
so
you're gonna see
I really want
from
this.
here.
I want this more than the league.
Wow.
Because then I can say I'm the first fighter to win all of them.
Yeah, you are.
So, ideally, I want the quadruple in this season. But at least if I can say, hey, I've won every trophy there is.
You've single-handedly just ruined everyone else's PBL experience
Yeah, yeah. So I might have to. I think if I win this one, hey, I'll tell you now. I think if I won the quadruple, I'd retire. I'll fight again. Just leave it at
Yeah, I
that. Be
mean,
like the Arsenal Invincibles. Um, but yeah, come on then. How would you see it? Let's, I
um,
know we're stalling. We're stalling for time here to try and get these two in. Uh,
I th-
I think they're held up in traffic at the moment, trying to reach the stadium.
yeah, yeah. I think I think you win, but like we've just been saying, SuaveJamie in cups, he's a different breed. Obviously his stamina is on point, but Brom, I think your name speaks for yourself. You're the big dog here, really, and I think you'll get it done by knockout.
Oh, knockout.
Knockout, yeah. 12 rounds, of course, we haven't mentioned, so
12 rounds, definitely. I think that's more in his favour than mine.
yeah,
Um,
true, true.
what do you think about if you sort of what do you think about? I know I'm normally a sort of seek and destroy. Do you think it's going to backfire me trying to box a very confident back foot boxer like Jamie? Think I'm maybe going to think fuck it, I'm going to have to switch it back to chasing him down, or do you think I might surprise you a bit?
Nah, I think you surprised me here, just by you saying you got a new build, and obviously Suave, he's looked vulnerable at times, definitely,
Yeah.
and with this new build, who knows what I'm going to see, but it's named Benjamin Beatdown, so I'm expecting big stuff.
That's a psychological warfare going into this week's fight.
Here we go, lads. We got Brom yourself versus SuaveJamie here, and enough
Yeah,
speaking about it. Done our bit. Let's get straight
we
into
do.
it.
There you go.
Benjamin
Oh,
Beatdown.
that is psychological warfare. Didn't work last week, so it means it's definitely going to work this week. And SuaveJamie in his normal, clean,
Mm,
white attire that he has.
he's got a decent little
He
record
looks,
there.
yeah, he's got a pretty sound record there for someone who doesn't play that much. The orange, is usually, has he got the orange and white on again? He usually has orange and white, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just iconic,
And
isn't it?
that's it. I've changed to the blue shorts
There
in
we
this
go.
one.
Quite a nice like little contrast to shorts here.
Yeah. It's very, like I said, normally I'm very different. I've changed from the white. I'm a lot taller normally. I'm quite a bit of a small fighter this time. I think he
Yeah,
has the height and reach advantage on me this time.
yeah. Your bloke does definitely looks a bit like slimmer. Have you changed the build there, body type?
Yeah, yeah, he's athletic in this one. Built for speed.
Mm. So obviously 12 rounds. I mean, it's gonna be hectic.
Oh yeah, you can't get too sort of. I mean, I went into this fight obviously thinking that it is going to be 12 rounds. I can't just try
Mm.
and bulldoze and gas. But at the
See,
same time, I wanted to sort of practice, go back to me boxing and showcase something a bit different for the people. Show me defensive, responsible skills that I have, rather than just ploughing forward.
see, because it is 12 rounds. Like, does winning the early rounds really mean much?
Not really. It's always good maybe to get a knockdown or something early, and to set a tempo for
Mm.
yourself. Especially, I think obviously Jamie came into thinking I was just gonna come and walk onto him like normal, so it obviously for me a layer of frustration's probably set in for him.
Yeah, you're on the back foot quite a bit here.
I
Um,
was I was meant to be float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I was trying to make every shot a lot lower volume, but make every shot count, hit him with speed and with power.
oh, he's got him
That
already.
was that was timed well right there, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
At 10 seconds to go of the rounds, and you've already knocked him down. I mean, the pure power in your punches, it's insane.
It's just timing it. I had a 1-2 there, and I actually staggered it. I didn't go 1-2. It was like 1, two because I waited because he's very good at covering up and then leaning. So I just waited for him to lean to his left just so he opened up with that right hand.
Yeah,
So that was actually like a conscious decision to like stagger it rather than just be like, all right. Because I think if I just went 1-2 quick, he'd have blocked it.
I mean, that's the worst start Suave can have to a 12-round fight here.
But it is 12 rounds, so he has plenty of time to make it up.
Of course, yeah.
Some nice combos exchanged there.
Yeah.
He blocked hooks very well.
Get lots of straights as usual, getting through.
I became, I kept my discipline first round, but I think the start of this round, my instincts took over a bit, and I was staying a bit more in the pocket than I wanted to. Oh, nice counter there by Jamie. Nice, nice one back from me.
Ooh.
That was sexy from Jamie there. Like sort of threw his shot, I dodged it, went for my own counter, and he just stood underneath it.
Yeah, Jamie does have his moments. He's a bit of a highlight reel fighter, isn't he?
Yeah. He's what he does well, he does very well. But it's almost like he's got a bag of tricks that he's sort of 10 out of 10 with, but he doesn't have many tricks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like what he does really well.
100%. Like the stamina and all that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a conscious thing for me in this one to keep my stamina high. That's why I'm throwing combinations here, like there, and then I'm sort of getting straight back out, and I'm trying to make him miss quite a lot.
So, just under 30 seconds.
Like, I know that one of his best moves is like that sort of like sidestep uppercut exploit. He's very good with it, and he caught me quite a lot in our other cup fight, so I was trying to take that away from him here.
Do you think Ben's in Suave's corner here?
I think he is, yeah. I think he is. And there's no one better really to have in his corner.
Yeah.
And he's sort of, it's up to him whether he can make adjustments. Because Ben can tell him everything he needs to know. But it's whether or not he can do the adjustments.
100%. Obviously, the winner of this fight faces Rax. I mean, either of these men right here against Rax. Great fight.
Great fight.
And Suave looking to defend the PBL Cup.
I mean, he's already here adapted a little bit. Sorry. He's realised that I'm sort of predominantly on the back foot. I'll let him come to me a bit, and then when we're close off our flurries, and you see straight away he's looking for the counter.
Yeah, good little combo there from him.
So I've got to adapt back to that and try and make him think that I'm going to throw flurries. But again, a lot of this is round management that I'm doing here. I know I'm up in the round, and I want to practice, like I said, my back foot a little bit more and showcase something different. But at the same time, I'm like, look, I could. Oh, I really wanted that left-hand counter. I thought I was going to get a flash of that. Oh, nice sidestep. Hook there for a change. Very sort of Benjamie-esque. But yeah, what it was is in first phase of attack, I was catching him, and then he was able to adapt. Like there, nice little sidestep straight there from SuaveJamie. I was making him. Jamie is brilliant. He quite a lot relies on people coming to him. That's where his best work is. He's a bit of like a counter punch. That's not to say that he doesn't come forward. He does, but it's just not very often. Yeah, and I think that he's maybe used to it now, but I think I threw him in this fight that he was really expecting me to, walk pile pressure in. Nice stun there at the end of the round. Minor stun.
Maybe a minor victory in Suave's head there.
Yeah, potentially. Well, exactly. No turning point. How would you see it after 3 rounds?
Yeah, Yeah, you're definitely winning. As the scorecard says, that knockdown obviously helped first round.
4 rounds. I mean, one thing, contrast to last week. I mean, I'm going into round 4. I've won all 3 rounds, but I've also still got 100% stamina.
Yeah, that's good.
Whereas I think last week I was on about fucking 70% after the 4th round.
I mean, you've got to think Suave's probably on 100% too.
Yeah, and here's the kicker, is that my stamina stats I haven't actually changed at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's doing well on the back foot.
See, now he's starting to switch up now, you see. He's like, I'm up in the round.
Good combo there. Do you think...
And he's starting to not pressure me as much. But what I'm doing here, right, is even though I know he's up, I could pressure him, but I know that he's going to feel impatient to sort of think, well, there's nothing going on, I'm not going to come forward. And I was like outweighting him a bit. Yeah. Making him miss, get a counter off, and be like, right, now I'm up. Nice.
Do you think you'll adapt to your build a little bit, considering if Ben's watching?
Oh yeah, like this isn't like the final
Ben killer.
Same with the style, you know. I'm gonna fight a bit differently to this. Oh, that's a really nice side step.
Chicken wing.
There. Cheeky little wing. Well, he kept leaning back and to the right, and I couldn't land my body shots, so I just thought, well, I'll tell you what I can land.
Yeah.
I throw the wing a hell of a lot less than I normally do in this fight. At the same time, I think I throw the straight a lot less, and I throw a lot more hooks in this one.
Mate, your punches they just look so powerful, like.
It's because most of them have power on, to be honest with you.
Do you have like 19 punches or something as well?
On this one, no, I don't. on my other one, my other calf, yes, I do.
Yeah, that explains a lot, to be fair.
Whereas on this one, I don't. On this one, they're surprisingly low. I'll say that.
So do you reckon Suave's not as hurt, maybe, as you initially thought, or do you reckon he's quite hurt?
I don't think he's that hurt. I believe that I actually have the stamina advantage here, because he's landing, but I'm making him miss a lot, and I'm actually if you notice, I am hitting him a lot to the body.
Yeah. He shots from both men here.
Oh yeah, see that's where normally I would just absolutely pile forward on him and think, right, let's have a tear up. Whereas there, I sort of backed off a little bit and went, look, no, let's keep to be construct.
Keeps the game plan.
Jamie's best portion of the fight here. He sort of went to the side step uppercut there. Last round he caught me with a good few, so this round I was making sure that I wasn't going to be caught with that. And that's a sign there that I'm hurting him to the body. And he's a bit more gassed than me, because when I was hitting with the body shot there, this guy stopped dead. Right, and reacted.
I think maybe he doesn't think your stamina's as high, maybe from the last match as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think he thinks he has a big stamina.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not. He's been a bit more aggressive here. I think he thinks it's round 5. You know, I've landed some good counters on him there. I mean, there's another side that got through me guard that time, but I threw one back. I'm stepping a lot less, if you notice. I'm stepping for defense, but I'm not really trying to counter him. Most of my counters are coming off head movement when I'm leaning.
Stepping for defense is very overlooked, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not enough people do it.
People need to do it more. Another thing as well, it's just like to help you people out. Yeah. If you notice, when I've got the range, even if I'm still fairly close, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually moving with my hands down, because you can always move a lot faster if you want to maintain distance and just have a little break and reset. Like, watch.
That's what I've tried to do, to be fair.
Jamie's got his hands up, right? As soon as I feel like I'm far enough away, I'll drop my hands. Oh, big count opportunity missed there.
Suave's piling on the pressure a bit.
This is Jamie. I think he's realised he's down the first 5.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's 5-0, 4-1, whatever, and he really changed things up here. But because of the style of fight I wanted to fight, this is ideally what I wanted him to do anyway.
Can't believe it's like halfway through the fight already. It's gone so quick.
It's absolutely flown. Don't be wrong, we've seen more drama-ridden fights, but it's quite an intriguing one. This one. I know there's sort of a bit one-way traffic at the moment, but there is a bit of a momentum switch between rounds. I wouldn't say that I absolutely dominated every second of every round. There were sort of spots where Jamie's, in the last few rounds, where he's actually been ahead in a round, and I've sort of managed to take it back off him.
Yeah, it surprises. Like you've got good stamina, and Suave is actually quite good at body shots, isn't he? Like he's.
Oh yeah, I think he's got a really good body shot. He loves the body shot. He loves catching you. That side step upper, and then he follows up with a nice little body shot. It usually takes like your health, and then there he does a double body upper that works really well.
Yeah, 35 seconds, round number 6.
I think that's just had the standard trade here at the moment. See, I went to counter his side step upper with my own side step, and we both ended up missing. Oh, nice 1-2 there by Jamie. Possibly winning the round. I think I've maybe just nicked it back with that big straight there.
Yeah, all right at the end.
That body counter.
I mean, big shots from both lads here.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the rounds are starting to take a bit more of a toll on me now. I've gone down from 100% to 91.
Yeah, it's still good though.
Only 7% recovery in that one. Oh, definitely. I'm still happy with where it's at. But that's the thing. Sometimes, I mean, I feel like I'm in a perfect position here because not only have I got high stamina and he may have a little bit more potentially. Well, that I'd adapt to how he likes to do the slides of the cut there, the body uppers. So I sort of managed to make him feel like he could throw that and then counter him on them.
With your jab, just quickly, like, do you do power jabs or just normal jabs?
It depends. If it's a body one, it's usually a power body jab.
Okay.
If it's a jab to the head, no. And a lot of people jab the stick, the buttons. I always jab with the stick.
Yeah.
I use the stick for all my combinations. There's only a very select few that I'll use the buttons for. Sometimes hooks, because the whole time this is not like the whole time I've been a handicap. But my control that I use is actually knackered.
Yeah.
The left analog stick for moving, I find it very hard to move to my right because it's broken. And the right analog stick, you'll notice if I throw hooks, they usually come out as uppercuts because that stick is like broken and it won't do a full rotation. So I throw very wide. Sometimes I throw really wide hooks, and I'll throw I'll meant to throw 3-4, 3-4, 3-4. If you know what I mean, like hook, left hook, right hook, and it'll come out as just like 3 left hooks because it won't register the right hooks. Sort of brawling a bit more here. I'm standing my ground. I'm still backing off a bit. I'm still, trying to walk Jamie onto shots, and Jamie's coming forward a lot more now, applying, some good pressure.
Yeah,
but I'm standing my ground now. I'm trying to walk him, make him overextend, and then throw a flurry. But again, he's doing a really good job of taking my stamina now because that's another significant drop by 6%.
Yeah.
So now he's really making me work. However, we don't know what his damage is like. Actually, I've still got full health, but I think that he might have a bit more stamina. But
doing well on telescope.
So going into that one, well, it's although it looks like it's a pitch shutout, and I do think there's only sort of one winner, and I do think I've I have won every round. Every round still has been close. It's not like I've just dominated him. It's been like a 60-40 sort of split each round. And I've just sort of got the better of it.
He's proper pressuring now, isn't he? Getting no
Yeah,
space between you.
He's out and out pressuring me now, which is what he needs to do. He's got 5 rounds left. He sees Teddy's scorecard. I'm essentially 8 rounds up because of the knockdown. He needs a knockdown. Start getting knockdowns here, or at least start banking rounds.
Big shots. Do you feel comfortable fighting back foot then?
Oh yeah.
Compared to normal.
Yes and no. Oh, that's a nice little hook. Oh yeah, like I love fighting on the back foot. I love having people come onto me. That sounds funny, but walk onto me. This is naturally how I used to fight. But I found it boring. It takes a lot of concentration, and I just feel like I don't enjoy the game as much as walking forward. Bit of a macho thing as well. I like being the sort of person that is seen as like a bit of a destroyer rather than just fiddle my way through fights. But in this one, I really wanted to test out this new calf, see how he did. I mean, I could still walk people down with this fight. I still intend to walk Ben down with this calf, but I just wanted to sort of see how he was.
Suave, just constant pressure from him.
He's hitting me well to the body here. It's just that I'm really going for big power counters here.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job of catching me while I do. So, end of round number 8. I think I don't know. I probably must be about 79%. Oh, look at that for a guess. Just look at the bar. 79%. Something like that. 4 rounds left. Normally fight would have been over.
Yeah. To be fair, usually to beat you have to like what K5 did, knock you down early, and then go from there. But I think Suave's left it too late if he wants to try and beat. Because you always come out to your best in the later rounds, I think.
Yeah, totally. I mean, after the 8-round fights, 12-round fights, I haven't really fought many 12-round fights in the PBL. But again, obviously, my last 12 round was against, this 12, it would have been, was against Danielito in the Cup. And obviously, I came on, better as the fight went on with that one.
This is championship rounds now.
I thought they start after 10, don't they? Championship rounds. I might be wrong.
Yeah, but PBL championship rounds.
PBL, that's the one.
Yeah. 2 minutes left to go. Plenty of time.
Good pressure here by Jamie. He's making me, throw more than ideally I want to throw. But at the same time, it's all he can do really. He can't afford now. Oh, that's a nice counter there from him then from me. It's not like he can be, I'll just sit back now. And if he was going to make that choice, he needed to sort of do it around 4 or 5 and just be like, right, I'm gonna, or not even fight back foot, just like stay close, just out of range. He's got the taller guy, longer arms. Just land and then just say, just slightly out of range, maybe come to him. Like normally. Oh, I know, that's a nice shot, that one.
Yeah, you're getting some shots in there. Yeah, Suave needs to just go mental, I think, now.
Oh yeah, he needs to throw the kitchen sink.
Yeah. You're still hurting him bad as well. Oh, lovely counter. Jesus. That hook.
Well, I know he throws a really nice uppercut, so I was... the best way to take away someone's uppercut is to throw like a hook to the side he's trying to step to. I'd actually been throwing it all night, and I'd only just really started to land it.
Right, so yeah. So what's this, round 10, isn't it?
10, so...
Yeah.
we're in the last quarter of the fight now, so it really is, knockout territory for Jamie. He needs.
Yeah, big
I don't
time.
even think a few knockdowns. I think it's a knockout now.
Like if Benny's in his corner, you just know he's screaming at him. Just go for the knockout. But you're doing
But that's
well.
it. It's all well and good.
Brilliant.
It's all well and good saying go for the
Jesus.
knockout, but he needs some technical advice. Oh
Big
yeah,
shots from you here.
I start stepping up a bit more now.
Little chicken wing counter for the knockdown. It was bound to come after that little minute sequence.
Well, yeah, I knew that he was going to really go for it because he's a great cup fighter. He's a championship heart, top competitor. So I knew he wasn't just going to sit back and think, "Well, I've lost." He was going to really go for it. So I thought, this is where I can really make my trust pay. Yeah, I think it's a sign of frustration from him now.
Yeah.
Normally, I would take the bait, but in this one, I wanted to say no. Remain disciplined. You've got potentially racks coming up. He keeps his stamina high. Don't rush in.
Big body shots from you here.
Well, I know I was already miles ahead, but in my mind, I'd won that round outright. So now I can just focus on the body.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, stamina's dropping a bit now. A little bit here.
I think as well, part of me was thinking I might want a knockout now.
Yeah?
There's no point. There's no way that he can beat me on points. No. There's only chance of a knockout. However, if I just allow him to invite pressure on me, could he eventually break, sort of start breaking me down?
Yeah.
So I thought maybe go for it a bit myself. So yes, I was remaining defensively responsible, but
the thing with cup fights, so you have to remember, like, you don't need to go to knockout compared to like the league fights.
That's it.
Just need to win, don't you?
Which is why I was like, well, if I'm going to box on the back foot, I'll do it in a cup fight where I don't really need the points, I just need the win.
Weird seeing so many points
in every game. Yeah. Pardon?
It's weird seeing so many points. Never seen such a long fight. Yeah, both men doing well, but you've obviously got the upper edge here. Still sticking to the game plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Jamie's never going to be a walkover, is he?
Definitely not. Definitely not in the cup.
But now he's out the cup. Maybe he wants to focus on the league, which might bring out a different side of him.
Well, it can. Yeah, exactly. It can only sort of do him. Ideally, he'd love to be in a final, and hey, he still can. There's still nearly 2 rounds left. He could pull. We've seen stranger things happen in this league.
Potentially.
But yeah. Oh, that was a nice 3-piece. I had to appreciate that.
Mate.
Now, what I was going to mention
What a hook.
is that I tried that about 30 seconds ago, and I read how he always he leaned to the right to throw his left uppercut. So I thought next time I get myself in the corner there, and I jab him to the body, he might take the bait again. And that time, fortunately for me, he did.
Probably like one of the best looking knockdowns we've seen.
Yeah,
mad.
You see, I really wanted to watch it again. But, I respect Jamie too much to sort of like 3 or double replay him. I didn't want him to think it is a sign of disrespect. I've only got respect for him, so I thought I won't show it again. But that might be one that I might ask K5 to make a lovely little TikTok of.
Yeah, 100%.
I think here I really want to go for the knockout now because you see this is the first time really in the fight that I'm really going for him, and then I just think, well, actually, I'm just going to chill again.
Yeah, I mean, tricky for Suave here now. It's not like a league fight where you can play for a decision.
Oh yeah, he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice straight by him there, though.
He just needs to have a bit of
imagine
fun now.
If he had 20s on, you know, that could have absolutely knocked my chin into Rosette.
Yeah, it could have been. That's the thing, that
So last round,
11 rounds of working hard and then just one straight like that could have ended it all.
oh yeah, oh there's nothing more sickening. I mean, in this one, this was a case of I was like, you know what, I'm up, I'm not going to be daft. He needs a knockout. I'm just going to chill out. So I wasn't trying to disrespect him, say, look, I'm on the ropes, I'm finding it easy. It was just a case of, if you want to win this fight, come on then. And then, like you saw there, I was like, oh, I want to go for the knockout again. It's sort of my instinct sort of took over the game plan a bit. Like you see here, I'm, you know, trying to go from a bit more.
I'll probably do the same as you, just defend. You know you've won.
Like here, you can see what's on the hands down. I'm like, I've got
Yeah.
space, I can move more now.
Yeah, he could. With you winning here, he could have unleashed the new Suave plan for that Champions League spot.
Oh, definitely.
Getting them
You know,
points.
and he's only going to learn from this fight, you know.
Yeah.
Because as you see, he can show he's a top competitor because he was adapting at different points. It's just that I was adapting back to what he was doing, you know, and that's what it shows levels, you know, to Jamie's game. I actually think for once I've got, you know, or once and maybe I've got more stamina than Jamie has, which I don't think has ever happened before.
Yeah, you've done well on the stamina for a 12-round fight, really.
You know, so we've got 40 seconds left here. He's going to have to go for it. See what I did there, right? I tried to make him think that I was hurt by doing a fake clinch, so he'd come in and I went for it.
Suave's hurt.
And I think
20 seconds left.
Go for the
He's
20
doing
seconds
well.
left. I get him with a
He was
body
doing well,
shot.
though, with the jabs there.
Oh, he was. Well, that was it, because you're the taller guy. Normally, I would have just blocked, because I got a bit sort of... The red mist came down, and I really wanted to get the knockout, so I went for him. So he's a bit wobbly at 7, but I think he's going to make it. You know, he's showed his championship heart there. You know, what made him win, but you know,
and
great fight.
Off to play Rax in the final is... I think we know who it is. There we go, Brom. Official decision. I mean, how do you feel?
Jamie. Absolutely buzzing. I was happy with how my cab felt. I was happy with how the fight went. The only thing I was unhappy, and you see me now, I go, yeah, but look, I go straight to that round that I lost, and look at the stats. I don't understand how I lost that round.
Yeah, I don't know.
Puzzles me a bit. I was just thinking, I wanted, you know, I just wanted the clean sweep. It just looks nice. And I was thinking, I landed way more shots in it, more power, more everything, more counters, more. But the judges obviously decided to give to him. He must have been, you know, they like the colour of his shorts a bit better than me. But,
so I take the win all day long.
But take the win, on to the final.
On to the final with Rax. I mean, what's your thoughts there? That's obviously a big fight. Your first final in the PBL Cup, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my first final, yeah. Well, last year, I got knocked out in the first round by a flash knockdown in the first minute of the fight.
That's right, yeah.
Against Mikey. And then my first year, I actually think Danielito beat me. No, he didn't. Feet beat me.
Wait, in the PBL Cup?
PBL Cup, he beat me in the first round, yeah. So, two early exits, first round exits, and then sort of get to the final this year. But
yeah, I mean, it's
definitely not going to take it easy. Take it lightly. Tough competitor, Rax. I don't know how I'm going to fight yet. If I'm going to go aggressive, I do think going aggressive might be the best way in a 15-round fight. But you know, all to play for now. It's going to be a top fight. You know, I think Rax, because of how good he's looked this season, a lot more people are going to be interested and going to think it's a closer fight. I think a few people might even pick Rax to win it.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, obviously the K5 fight obviously showed that you can be beaten.
100%.
So Rax might have dabbled into that footage, taking a few bits out of that maybe, because this is obviously a big fight, you know, a final in the PBL, big thing. Take your final. You know, it's a rare kind of fight, 15 rounds. You know, it's a big one, isn't it?
Definitely is unknown territory.
Yeah, just want to say, like, if Suave, like, fair play to him. He done well there.
Yeah, I know it looked like a clean zip, but you know, it didn't mean that it wasn't competitive. It was a bit like what was it? I can't remember what fight it was in real life. Oh God, I had something while we were watching it to think, oh, that was the best way to describe this fight. I tell you what, it was like Usyk versus AJ in a way that, yes, I definitely won, but a lot of the rounds, you know, I was just winning them like a 60-40 sort of ratio. So he's got definitely nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah. You know, he's won it last year. He's made it to semi-final this year.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's quite a big feat in itself there.
Big feat in itself. Most people never even reach it to, you know, a semi-final. Never mind.
I'm sure next season he'll be back in the mix there.
PBL 110%. Hopefully, you know, by then we'll have a bit more news on this ESBC game. And we can plan for that
That's
one.
not coming out.
Seems like it might never come out by the way that's going.
Yeah. But yeah, Suave, I mean, he's going to be focusing to grab that Champions League spot because he's a bit of a cup fighter. He can maybe do a bit of magic in there. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. I pick him now the way results have gone to maybe just get himself to Champions League. He's got a fight coming up against, obviously, who's his face, hasn't he? The new guy. There's a chance to get 5 points straight away. So
yeah, that should be minimum 4 points right there.
Oh, definitely.
So that's a big win. It should be for him. But yeah, I mean, we wrapped up our predictions earlier in the video. Anything else? I mean, need to cover?
No, just look forward to this weekend's fights, guys. Make sure you sort of get your fights done, and make sure we tune in. Obviously, if you're watching it, share it about in any groups you're in, or even to your friends, and just say, look, because you know, people like Mikey, K5, they do a great job. Rax, a great job of commentating, and obviously in the admin for the group, they don't get paid for it. So give it a like, give it a share, and let's grow the channel a bit for him, eh?
Let's do that. Obviously, you don't want to miss these fights this weekend. Huge ones.
Definitely not.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll speak to you later.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Speak to you soon.